after careful consideration, thinking, when I made the video yesterday, and that I wasn't really expecting too much traction from it because I was really wrestling with my thoughts about if I really wanted to continue making videos for people, to reach some awareness. Um, the outpouring of level of responses that I got was undeniable, man. Like, I really wasn't expecting it at all. And so for that, I appreciate you guys, man, for really reaching out and keeping my head level and to really to really continue this thing, man. Something that I started because you know me myself is that like I said is that I'm in my video last that I'm not giving up on life. I'm just giving up on making videos because again I'm thinking that it's a waste of time. But when people reached out to me to basically listen to me and know that I have some value to me and that I'm reaching tons of people, I really truly appreciate it. And so I'm here making this video, and I had a little bit of time to make this video today because um, I put some time to the side because today I'm busy, doing different things. And so I was thinking about if I really wanted to make a video because I was so busy, but I put the time to the side, you know. And I put the time to the side because I'm like, fuck it, I'm putting time to the side to make this video. And so it brings me to this topic that I want to talk about, which is what is freedom, right? And I know, right, this is going to be another controversial video, right? Because the other video, I was really going to get out of here, man. Something that I started, I really didn't care, about coming back. But, hearing people, tell me that what they told me, I'm back here. So, again, like I said, this video is going to be controversial because people are not going to like what I'm about to say, right? And again, this video isn't for you, right? For people who, like what they do with their life and their 9 to 5s and their 10-hour shifts and 12-hour shifts that you do on your everyday jobs, this video is not for you. This is a video for people who understand where I'm coming from, right? Because again, like I've said in other videos, that you guys are not going to get it, right? And the level of disrespect that I've been getting has been astronomical, right? I mean, again, you don't have to agree with what I'm saying, right? But you don't have to be disrespectful, but it's a lot of disrespectful people on here. So, my version of what freedom is, right? And a lot of people are going to have different versions of what freedom is. And before I say what my version is keep in mind that I was once a person who worked for 30 plus years, know what means of hard work is, supposedly from what the system has taught me, right? And that just keep going, right? It being never ending and never stopping. So just keep going, right? So that's my version of what freedom was. That also comfort and different things like that. But my version of freedom is simply this: is that I get to do what I want, when I want, whenever I want, at whatever time I want. If it interests me and it suits me, I'm going to do it. I'm going to give myself a busy time to do something. Like today. And I'm busy today. But I'm busy today because I choose to be busy today. Right? Other days I don't have to be busy if I don't want to. Right? And see, what people don't realize is yeah, money is a tool that people have to live on, right, to function. And I absolutely understand that because they put this stuff in place that we gave value to, right? When you really break it down in context, is that's another form of slavery. That's another form of constantly you doing what they want you to do, right? Just disguised in another fine way. And so those kind of ways that they have things dressed up, right, will make you feel like you're free. And so obviously people are not free because they in the fear of losing a lot of things, right? And so they don't get their dignity back. But see, once you bump against the system, they don't like that shit. They don't like it. You know what I'm saying? They don't like that you ain't playing their game. And see, when I broke down my freedom, one second, man, the plane coming by. Right back. I'm back. I had to let that plane that plane pass through, because if I would have kept the video on, then y'all would have been hearing loud sounds from the plane. And so I was continuing on saying that, you know, that is my version of freedom. And not only that, doing what I want, when I want, whenever I want. It's not only me that gets to do that, right? It's other people that thinks like me, who's willing to build communities, right? In whatever kind of way, shape, or form. And again, let me state this again for people who don't really understand, is that it just doesn't take me. It takes a collective group of people, right? And it doesn't have to always be displayed, right? It could be displayed behind the scenes. And so to get with those kind of people and brainstorm to figure out the things that we can do to continue our freedom, you know, then those people I want to be able to link with. And I already got some people that I've talked to on here that is willing to put in the work, but it's only like maybe less than 10 of us, and 10 of us is not going to really cut it, right? So we have to basically get multiple people to get in on this. But what I'm saying here is that, you know, the thing is, you buying your time back and stuff like that. That's not true freedom, man. It's true freedom. It's freedom disguised in a box, right? To keep you asking permission from your boss or whatever you want to do, as far as you taking trips and shit like that, right? I think people don't really realize that we all at one point, some way, shape, or form, we are wage slaves, right? And so once we get out of that, we don't become a wage slave, right? And I think the closest to that is doing what you want to do at your own leisure and not having fear, right? And so I took my time back myself initially, right? And so if you don't take your time back, you're going to be in that box. And I think people don't really realize that because they've been so conditioned, man. And again, I want to state, right? For the people out there who love their lives, continue your lives, right? But I'm speaking for the other people who think like me, who wants to get up out of the situation. That you got to be able to take your time back somehow, some way, and without being fearful, because everything is predicated on fear. Once you feel like they got you in some kind of way, then they got you, because the direction that we're moving in today, the people that are secure right now won't be so secure, right? Of course, they say that life is hard, right? Life is hard because the people behind the scene made life hard, right? It doesn't have to be hard. It's very, very simple, but yet so hard, because people feel like they have to opt into something like this. You know, see, if we ever created our own type of system, man, to where we can do things ourselves, then things would be different, right? But they don't want it to be different because they don't want you buying land. They don't want you owning any kind of property, right? Because again, if you buy land and you own your own property, you'd be able to live a decent, prosperous life. And because they don't want you doing that, they want you to constantly keep conforming and doing things they want you to do, which is valuing that dollar, right? I mean, that buying back time shit is just such for the birds, man. Like, I don't know who came up with that. I don't know who came up with it. But it's very confusing to me, because it's feel like, well, yeah, you be working, you gotta get in for like 15, 20 years, right? But be strategic in what you're doing, and then have the freedom that you need to have, right? It's not about none of that, right? It's about taking your time back and not being scared. And so, I've heard a lot of people, right? Because we're in a digital age now, that in some way, shape, or form, they don't like the way somebody else lives. And that's a problem, right? Because again, you feel like because you're doing what you're doing, right? I should be doing exactly as what you're doing or doing something similar. But the moment I just decide to turn the cheek and do something else, none of you like it. None of you like it, which I don't understand. I don't get it, right? Because I'm not disturbing anyone's peace when I talk about this. This is simply what I want to speak about because I need to raise awareness to other people. Because I know that there's people out there who don't have the balls to say what I'm saying. They're saying it silently to themselves, but they won't say it out loud. And so I'm one of those people that could be a voice for the voiceless. They don't want to come together. They don't want to build the courage up to speak like I'm speaking. So could you imagine a bunch of people, community, going in for something themselves, if they were allowed to, how powerful we can be? Nah, I don't think people really realize that shit. Let me say it again. Can you imagine if we all came together and built something for ourselves, how powerful we can be? See, people, this is what they're scared of, man. They're scared of this. And I'm happy to have this platform, right? Because this platform isn't about what everyone's saying. Oh, you going to the internet to depend on this and depend on that. No, man, I'm lucky to have this platform to reach out to other people that wants to hear this message. Because if we go back into the days that we were in, which we will never go back into the days, then we would never know what other people feel in other parts of the world because they feel the same way that I feel. And now that I have opportunity to talk about this stuff, I'm reaching out to other people. And it's unifying in some way, shape, or form that people don't want to happen. They don't want people to unify. They want to keep people divided. As long as you keep people divided, you're gonna keep further and pushing the agenda, man. And I appreciate each and every one of you guys who stuck by me from day one. And for the new subscribers who understand what I'm saying, who's getting with this, and understand what message I'm trying to send out to people. That, it's bigger than this. I'm extremely grateful for this, right? Come on here, use a little bit of my time, right? The non-conventional way, put out a message, right? And have it reach other folks. That's what I ultimately want, is for it to reach other folks and people to really let it toggle their minds and let them think about what I'm saying and try to figure this thing out. And I think the reason why this cycle keeps going is because people don't want to come together. They don't. They're so heavily programmed, right? And want you to, because you put yourself out here, right? To document every part of your life and to show something to someone, right? Everything that you do with your life, unless you're nearby me, you're not going to know everything I do. You're just not going to know everything I do. Because I'm not sharing everything with you that I do, right? And that doesn't mean that I'm telling you bullshit. No. This is real facts. The times that we're living in are changing and constantly changing over and over again. They're not going back to the way things used to be. I'm sorry, people. That old school work hard mindset is out of the fucking window. That if you ain't got no job, get another one, man. Get something that fits you, right? If you don't, work 2 or 3 jobs, right? To pay yourself off in the end, to have a better life in the end. Which and it's all backwards to me because from the beginning we should have been subjected to this shit. Because again, people don't really think about it. They don't really think of it like this. No one asked to be in a world that's chosen by someone else, right? So now, because we're in this world and we working behind someone else's ideologies, we conform to it without even questioning it, and that's the problem. When are people gonna realize this shit, man? You know, it hurts me because, right? I know I heard from people in the comments that said, "Hey, you only can reach certain people. People are ignorant. People don't know no better, right?" And I get it. I really truly get it. But as long as you got those different sides, the side over here that really gets it, and the side over here that doesn't get it, that defends the system, right? When you have stuff like that, that constantly is the good versus evil, it's not moving towards the common cause. It's to be unified. And so I know for a fact this video is not going to really probably do well because of what I'm speaking on, right? But it doesn't matter, right? I'm going to keep talking about it because it needs to be said. You know, um, every day of my life it frustrates me, man, to know the times that we're living in and where it's headed and where it's continuously headed, and people just don't see it, man. They don't see it, right? And even if you lay out a plan like this, right? Because again, it doesn't take one single person; it takes a collective group of people, right? And not just 5 or 10. You're talking multiple people, 500 to 1,000, right? We have that small group of people that put their heads together, man. We can take a step towards change, real change. You know what I'm saying? I've looked at a story. I found I was watching. I think no, I think it's somebody that commented on a YouTube video I was talking about. I mean that I was watching. Not I was talking about, but I was watching, and they were saying people in South Carolina, right? Which I don't know. I wish I knew who these people were, but these people are building a community of self sufficiency, and they're not playing. And I wish I knew who these people were because I would find a way to link up with them, man. Because again, I don't ain't no telling how many people they have, but I guarantee you they have people out there who's putting their heads together to figure this thing out. And I don't even know how many people is in they coalition that they have that they're trying to, they brainstorming ideas with. I don't know. I wish I did, but you see, that's going to be happening more and more. The evolution of self-sufficiency, because the way that they're driving it, they're pricing people out. And there's some people that's well off, right, who have their elaborate stories about them doing good within the system, right? And they say they don't see no problem with what they're doing, right? And again, nobody has a problem with it, right? You do what you need to do to make yourself happy. And I'm just going to bring awareness to the situation, right? But you continue on with your life. But those kind of people who's comfortable within the system is what keeps this thing going, because they don't see no problem in it. They see as long as they keep doing things and taking certain amounts of time for mild freedom, to like little mini vacations and things like that, that's true freedom. As long as they go ahead and take about a couple of weeks, a month, and then they back to reset to do what they're doing all over again, which is continuously fueling the system. And hey, more power to them. But I know me in this circumstance, right, that my message is going to reach so many people. It's going to be to the point to where it's going to be so widespread that people won't be able to stop it. Like they built this system, and it's been so much to the point to where people make it seem like that they can't stop it. Right? This situation with unity is more powerful than the system that they have. It just, people don't really understand that. They don't see it. You know what I'm saying? And so, I'm ready for change, man. I'm ready for change. I don't care how I gotta do it to make change happen, but something gotta give, man. People fall at their waysides for this damn dollar, man, and it's crumbling us. And we're funding our own demise, man, behind the scenes, and we don't even realize it, man. You know, because we give powers to other people. You know, when we give powers to other people, we're relinquishing our power, and our power is bigger than anything on this planet. The human power. You know, and so yeah, that's it. That's all I got for today. Again, I appreciate y'all for the outpouring and support, man. You know, and again, I appreciate you guys for having your own mind frame and taking out and basically speaking your mind and coming from the heart and not being swayed by what I said, but actually getting it right from what I'm putting out here. I appreciate you guys, man. You guys are some unique people because you guys understand and you read between the lines and you actually get it, right? So for that, I do appreciate you, and you know for a fact that this is bigger than this, you know. And so, tomorrow, as you all know, the people that rock with me, you know, tomorrow's my appointment for my cardiologist. You know, for those of you who rock with me and who value me, say a prayer for me. You know, hope that all goes well, and you know, hopefully I come out of this unscathed. You know what I'm saying? And you know, so I can continue to keep making videos for y'all. You know, it's very, very important that I do that. You know, because it makes me feel good to put these videos out. You know, to really make a difference in somebody's life. All right. So, with that being said, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. Y'all make sure y'all be in good health and good spirits. And I'm gonna holler at y'all in the next video.